God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. Jeep, flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You you end up dead. Them West Coast, they leave that spray. And now you got all in your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me?
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open and we've got football. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Washington Commanders and the Houston Texans. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And Pierce gets it again on second down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The Texans at 5-4 now on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 4. Watch the twist. 97.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Stroud sets up the play action. Caught by Jones. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Pierce gets this one running right. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy.
That's a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end. Being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block. And you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
Play action. Here's Stroud. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
They'll go play action. Howell.
He'll buy some time right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield, incomplete.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
This is intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On 1st down, right back to Gibson.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 42.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
A handoff running left is Gibson.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On first down, Howell. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing again on second down. Powell. This one left side caught by Gibson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here.
Third and 1. Howell's going to throw it.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Robinson again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Robinson will score. Touchdown, Commanders.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Benjamin St. Just, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Howell. Buying time to his left. Got his target, Samuel. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Jalen Petrie coming up to bring him down. The gun, it's Howell. And it'll be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Stroud on third down now. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only do they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. That really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Desmond King picks it.
And the Texans will take over possession here up at the 44.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make.
He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Julio Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Powell's throw complete to Dotson. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and 9. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, Howell to throw. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
A very limited time left to get into field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it all on one throw right there.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Howell slings this deep from McLaurin. And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now. I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Faking the handoff. Howell rolling to his right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Second and 10, Howell. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 27 yards there, a first down. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Throwing here, Howell. Flush to his right. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Commanders have cut it back within a score. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Stroud off the play fake. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. 2nd and 10. Stroud to throw yet again here.
He finds his target. It's Schultz. They find some open field here.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 45-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Pierce now up the middle.
And some room to work. Touchdown, Houston.
Dameon Pierce hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. It's that old expression we love to use. Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Powell is going to let this one go deep.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Third and long, here's Howell.
Taking a shot for Samuel. He's got a man, complete. A huge play there for Washington. 56 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Back to Gibson and another catch for him.
He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Back to the ground with Gibson.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to first and goal.
Robinson. is in. Touchdown, Washington. So this is now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a one-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
Extra point by Sly is up and good,
as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful.
Stroud is hit, and the ball is loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Following the fumble recovery, Howell toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
They'll try the left side with Gibson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now he'll look to throw it. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Desmond King picks it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
A little jet sweep to start the drive.
And it's a touchdown. Julio Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up, you end up throwing a pick, everything goes awry, and now points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out, I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless too.
Foul to the air on 1st and 10.
And that is incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
On 2nd and 10, Powell. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Here's Howell. And Samuel caught left side. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Powell to throw. Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Howell looking to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Howell. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Fourth down, Howell, desperation time. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Texans defense stands tall. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you called it...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Houston. Chris Godwin, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Texans have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time?
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Powell throwing on first down here. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine 'cause I